Hello students, how are you feeling today? Now, this is chapter number 15 called Drainage System. This is chapter number 15 Drainage System that I am going to explain today. Subject as standard 9, right? Today I am going to explain new chapter again repeating called Drainage System. Now my dear students, first of all, when you read the title of the chapter, Drainage System, what do you understand? Generally you know. What is the meaning of drainage? When we hear the word drainage, we feel that gutter. You know, in each area we can find gutter. But here, the meaning of drainage is not gutter. In this chapter, the meaning of drainage, it means the river system of an area. What is the meaning of drainage here? River system of an area, right? So the first word, let us understand the meaning of the title drainage system. It means drainage system. It means the river system. The river system of an area. See, this can be asked in 1 marks question. What is the meaning of drainage system? The meaning of drainage system, it means the river system of an area in whole India, right? Not only one river, so many rivers indulge into one river that I will talk about. But this definition can be asked in the exam. Drainage system, it means the river system of an area. The river system of an area. Let's see another difficult word that we have in this chapter, that is river basin. Which point? That is C. Why I am taking difficult words? So when you write questions, this question can be asked. That what is the meaning of river basin? How can you define, right? So this can be asked in 2 marks. How can you define river basin? My dear students, let me tell you through one picture what is the exact meaning of river basin. See, what is the exact meaning of river basin? Let me tell you. For example, there are so many mountains. From one mountain, any river is flowing. From one mountain, any river is flowing. Just take one example, Ganga. From Himalaya, Ganga river is flowing, and so many small rivers merge into Ganga, right? Different types of animals merge into Ganga. So these rivers are called tributaries. These rivers are called tributaries. Let me repeat. A mountain range, from that a river is flowing, and different small rivers are mixing with this river. Just example Ganga. So different rivers are mixing in one main river, merging into one river. So that is called, this whole area is called river basin. Let me repeat. These small rivers are called what? Small rivers are called what? Tributaries. What they are called? Tributaries. But this whole area, different rivers, main river, different rivers. So this whole area of this place called river basin. What is that called, my dear students? Whole area is called river basin. Understood? This question can be asked in 2 marks, right? That how can you define river basin and what is the meaning of river basin, right? Now, and what is this called? The rivers merge into single one, tributaries. What is that called? Tributaries. Okay? Now, let me talk about river basin. Amazon. Amazon river has the largest river basin. Largest river basin in the whole world. I am talking about in the whole world. Amazon river has largest river basin not only in India, in the whole world. See, this question can be asked in 1 mark, that which river has largest river basin in the world. Keep in mind, my dear students, don't be confused. You need to check it out. There will be 2 questions. Which river has the largest basin? This will be common. Backside you need to check in the world given or in India given. Because of that confusion, you can lose 1 mark. So see, Amazon river has largest river basin in the world, but Ganga has the largest river basin in India. See, Ganga has the largest river basin in India. So both can be asked in 1 marks. Which river has the largest river basin in the world? Amazon. And in India, the Ganga river. Got it? So this is about river basin. This is about river basin. Understood now? Tributaries, one river merging into one, and then after this whole area covered by that river called river basin. I have given the example of Ganga. So we can say this whole area is called Ganga river basin. What is that called? Ganga river basin. Let's see next difficult word that we have after this. After this we have one word. Let me just explain through one picture. That is, next one, water divide. What is that? Water divide. Now, see, water divide. By looking at the word divide, what do you know? What do you come to know? Something that is divided. So what will be divided? Water. What will be divided? Water. Let me explain through one example. See, one river is flowing. Any river is flowing. In between, suddenly you find mountains are there. Any river is flowing. Suddenly you find mountains are there. So this flow of river, some will go here, some will go this side. Means river will change the direction. River will change the direction. Obviously, river cannot go on the mountain. Possible? No, right? So river cannot go on the mountain. Is not possible. So river will take change the direction. River will change the direction. Some water will go downside. Some water will go that side. Means mountain is called water divider. Mountain is called water divider. See, mountain works as a water divider. Why? Any river, water will be replaced, water will be changed. So this part is called water divider. Have you understood what is the meaning of water divide? If not only mountain, let me tell you, not only mountain, if elevated land, elevated upland, not only land, elevated upland. See, if river is flowing, not mountain is there, but any upland is there, then also river will change the direction. For example, let me show you. This is the river, right? River will go, with water will go east to west, west to east. But if land is like that, then definitely river will change the direction. You understand? If land is like that, river is like that, if land will come in between, definitely water will go not upside, right? This side or this side. Now I think you have understood the meaning of water divide, right? Mountain or upland works as a water divider. Understood, my dear students? Okay. Now, let's come to the main topic that we have. Let me just rub. Let me just write. Now we will talk about the main topic, drainage system. Let me write. We will talk about the main topic, drainage system. See, according to the physiography of India, according to the physiography of India, drainage system is divided into two parts. According to physiography of India or according to the physical features of India or drainage system is divided into two parts. I am talking about, my dear students, India, right? So it is divided into two parts. First one, Himalayan rivers. First one, that is called Himalayan rivers, and second one we have peninsular rivers. Second one we have peninsular rivers. See, this can be asked in 1 month, right? So, see my dear students, supplementary is your personality. The way you write in the supplementary, your personality. When you speak, that nobody knows. Means the class we know, but in the exam, nobody knows that these many topics you know. Most important, the way you write in the supplementary. Means supplementary is a mirror for getting marks and for getting personality, right? So this way, do 1 month. You can write, right? Drainage system, then divide Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers, and this you can write that according to physical features of India, according to physical features of India or drainage system is divided into two parts, that is Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. I hope you have understood the main topic, drainage system. It means the river system of an any area. River system of an any area, and we have in this chapter Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. Got it? Now, let's understand the next one that we have. Next, understand the topic. We have the difference between two. Alright. So see, I told you that this question can be asked in the exam for 3 marks, right? 3 marks can be asked. This is the difference between Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. So let's understand one by one which topics can be there, so you can write difference. My dear students, when you write an exam, after one topic, leave one line. After one topic, leave one line. So I told you, right? Your supplementary is a personality, so it looks perfect. That's why. Let's have a look. The first one. First is Himalayan rivers originates from Himalayan rivers. They originate from Himalayan parts, right? These rivers originates from Himalaya. Keep in mind, this river originates. What is the main point? Origin. What is the main point? Origin. This river originates from Himalaya. Same time, peninsular rivers originates from Western Ghats and central side. These peninsular rivers originates from Western Ghats and central side, or Himalayan rivers originates from Himalaya. So what is the first point? Origin. What is the first point? Origin. Let's see second one. How is the nature of the rivers? How is the nature of the rivers? So Himalayan rivers are permanent, means 365 days water will be there anyhow, though monsoon season, though summer, though winter. It means Himalayan rivers will be permanent. This river will be permanent and water will be 365 days. It means throughout the year. But these rivers are seasonal. These rivers are seasonal. In exam can be asked, which rivers are seasonal? One word answer. What can you write? Peninsular rivers. What should be answer? Peninsular rivers. Right? So, now see, what is first point? From where it originates? So, Himalayan rivers originate from Himalaya and Peninsular river originates from Western Ghats and Central side. Central side means you know, right? For example, any. So, from here, they originates from middle, right? Central side. And second point, 365 days permanent, water will be there, whether it's monsoon, summer or winter. And here, this season means these rivers are seasonal. This can be asked in 2 marks. In 2 marks it can be asked that why peninsular rivers are seasonal. So you can write that these rivers are seasonal. It means only in monsoon season when rain falls, water will be there. But in winter it will be half, and in summer it will be dried up. In summer it will be dried up. So that's why these peninsular rivers are called seasonal. Got it? So these can be asked. This whole question can be asked of 3 marks. Let's see third point. Let's see third point that we have come. Third point is drains in. Third point says this river drains in where? Right? This river and this river drains in where? Let's see. Himalayan rivers drains in. Himalayan rivers drains in. I am writing one word, most of. I am writing one word, most of. Bay of Bengal. Most of Bay of Bengal. What is that? Most of Bay of Bengal. Right? Let me just tell you through one picture. See, this is the south part of our India. Right? So here you can find Bay of Bengal. Here you can find Bay of Bengal. Here you will find Hind Mahasagar, and here you will find Arabian Sea. Here you will find Arabian Sea. Now see, those rivers will be flowing here. They will drain into Bay of Bengal. See simply, those rivers will be flowing here, will flow in Bay of Bengal, and whichever river will be flowing here will drain into Arabian Sea. Will drain into Arabian Sea. Have you understood what is the meaning? This river will flow into Bay of Bengal and this river will go into Arabian Sea. Right? So I hope you have understood by seeing this picture. But why I have written most of? Most of the river will flow in Bay of Bengal, but one river is there, Indus. One river is there, Indus, from Himalaya. That will not go in Bay of Bengal. That will not go in Bay of Bengal. It will go in Arabian Sea. It will go in Arabian Sea. Right? So this is point that you have to keep in mind, from where it originates and where it meets. Bay of Bengal 90%, but some river like Indus will meet to Arabian Sea. Same way here, some will meet, some will go in Bay of Bengal and some will go in Arabian Sea. Some will go in Arabian Sea. Let me tell you which. See, here 90% will go in Bay of Bengal and 10% in Arabian Sea. But here 50% in Bay of Bengal or 50, 40, 60, not exactly. And some will go in Arabian Sea. Example, Narmada and Tapi. Example, Narmada and Tapi. Right? So, Narmada and Tapi. These will go in Arabian Sea and Indus will go in Arabian Sea and the rest of will go in Bay of Bengal. See, what is the process of river and how does it flow? Originates from Himalaya, coming in between, going in different place, and at last the destination of river is to meet Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea. See the destination of the river, how long. Next point is that we have Next point that we have electricity. See, next point we have that is electricity. Himalayan rivers are not that much useful for electricity. Not that much useful, but I am speaking not that much, right? So not that much useful, not that much useful for electricity, right? Why? They are plain, right? When river flows, it is very plain. That's why not that much useful for electricity. Not that much useful for electricity. At the same time, these peninsular rivers are very useful for electricity. Peninsular rivers are very useful for electricity. Why? Waterfall. Why? Waterfalls. Right? Because of waterfalls. So because of their speed, electricity will generate very fast. Right? Because of waterfalls. So see, all points are how easy. One point if you remember now, origin, then 365 days seasonal, then Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, then electricity not that much and very useful for electricity. Your answer is over, right? Let's see next point. That fifth number we have. Let me just rub and let me just write fifth number point. If you write 6 or 7 point, then definitely you will get 3 marks easily. Definitely you will get 3 marks easily, but point should be clear. Next number fifth one we have come. There, why this river are that 365 days, why river is full, right? Why? Because rain will come, here rain will come too much, plus snow melting, you know, in monsoon season rain will be too much, but as I told you, in peninsular river only rain, no snow melting, only rain. So in monsoon season there will be rain and there will be water in the river. So here we can write source of water. We can write source of water, right? So here monsoon season rain will come too much. In winter rain will not be there, but in summer glaciers will melt, snow will melt, and it will come in the form of water. Because of that, Himalayan rivers you can find 365 days full of water. 365 days full of water because of snow melting and because of rain in the monsoon season, as well as in peninsular rivers you can find source of water only rain, only in monsoon season. Winter it will be half, and in summer it will be dried up, right? Let's see next point. Which are the examples of these rivers? Which are the examples of this river? You can note it down. It's the next point. Let's see. Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. See. Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. These are the example of Himalayan rivers. These three rivers are the examples of Himalayan rivers, whereas Kaveri, Godavari, Narmada, Tapi, these are the example of peninsular rivers. These are the example of peninsular rivers, right? Now, see, these rivers are very useful for waterway because 365 days very useful, and here these kind of rivers are not useful, not in the sense not that much useful. So that one also you can write. See, that one also you can write that these rivers are useful for national waterway. You know, in Ganga it is very famous for national waterway, right? For business purpose, for trade purpose. So Himalayan rivers are useful for national waterway, and peninsular rivers are not that much useful, not that much useful, not that much useful for national waterway, national waterway. See, 7 points, still 1 is left. Means when you write the 8 points, definitely you can easily get 3 on 3. Because in SS, in English and Hindi and Sanskrit, marks will be cut because of punctuation marks, because of spelling mistake, because of any reason, because language, right? In SS, you can get easily full marks, 100 out of 100, just joking. But you can get more marks in SS to cover the score, right? Last point, let's see. These rivers are very long and deep. Last point is, these rivers are very long and deep. As I told you, too much water because 365 days, snow melting and rain. And these rivers are shallow and short. Shallow and short. See, shallow means what? Shallow means what? That water will be up to knee. Water will be up to knee, so nobody can go inside and can die, right? But these rivers are too much deep. One cannot go inside, otherwise he can be died, right? So these rivers are very long plus deep, and these rivers are very short and shallow. Very short and shallow. That's why not useful for national waterway, and these are long and deep. That's why very useful for national waterway. Now, I hope you have understood this part 1 of the chapter, drainage system. What we have studied? Tributaries, water divider, river basin. If you do not understand, check and see video twice for getting more knowledge, and the difference between two Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. And I have given also in worksheet, so you can read from that and write in your notebook as in SS notebook regular worksheet, question answer and assignments. Alright, thank you. Read, because reading is must. Properly read.